Edgar's The Witch. It takes place in the 1600s, and it's about a family who is exiled from their community and is forced to live on the outskirts of said community, and there's something in the woods that's less than good, let's just say. Through a variety of events, the family begins to turn on each other, and it kind of becomes torn apart. And that's really what this film is about. While the witch is an important character, the film is mainly focused on the family and its dynamic and how it begins to crumble because of an external evil force. The film really, exemplifies how a family can crumble when there's unknown forces at play. It begins when the youngest member of the family, the baby, is abducted and killed by the witch brutally, and it just snowballs from there. What I really appreciated the most about this film is that the witch is not shown that much, and when she is, he doesn't really show her face or any defining features, and a lot of times there's just ominous music that plays when there's shots that Edgers edits so brilliantly around her. The camera doesn't focus on her like that, doesn't give you a good image of her, so your mind just fills in the gaps. This film definitely took the Alien route, the original Alien, 1979, where, again, not showing the creature, just letting your mind kind of imagine what she looks like. Even though this film was made 5 years ago, it's so refreshing to have a film where there's no creepy antagonist motioning towards the camera or just screaming into the camera. The film scares the audience with actual terrifying imagery and creepy music, and it's just perfect. It's a bold move to do that in today's day and age for Robert Edgers. I was watching an interview with him, and he explained that a scary monster or something in the corner of your room isn't scary. And he's right. What's really scary is a family being torn apart by something that you can't really see that much. And I just really respect the hell out of that. There's a great quote, I don't know who said that, but some reviewer said, "It feels like we're watching something we shouldn't be seeing," and it certainly feels like that. Let's talk about the filmmaking. The film is slow at times, but I can understand why someone would feel like this film is a little boring or that it's dragging. But I think that it's well paced because, again, the film is about a family being torn apart, so the film needs to build that tension, and it has to do it slowly, so be it. But despite the pace, something is always happening, even if you can't see it, and that's really fucking scary. The screenplay is very good too. The dialogue is all in Old English, so at times it could be a little hard to understand what they're saying or what they mean, but you can kind of figure it out. The language is very dated. It makes this film authentic. The performances in this film are also wonderful, especially the father, the daughter, and the son. Those three characters in particular have really great scenes, particularly the one with Caleb when he's, possessed by the witch or she does something to him. There's a really great scene where it made me really feel uneasy. Due to the time frame of this film, the family is very religious. So there are certain animals that the devil takes forms of, like a black sheep or a hare, and it's disturbing, to be honest. Well, the way that the shots linger on these animals, and you just feel like there's some kind of presence there, but you can't see it. But it's the way that Edgers cuts the shots together. The family members are constantly praying and speaking with God in mind. So again, it really plays into the authenticity of this film. The film also has a very unsettling tone, and it's mainly due to the color palette, because the film is very drab, it's very gray, it's very bleak and dull. I think that's a calculated decision. I think that the filmmakers wanted it to feel like, or in some way reflect the agony, the dread, and the terrible things that this family is going through. And they used color to do that, and that was really great. I think if there were colors in this film, the tone would drastically shift, and not in a good way. The lighter shots usually take place during the day, but even then, the weather is overcast, and it's foggy, or, very dreary. So even when there is light, there's really not. Scenes at night are usually lit by firelight solely, which makes sense. Like Sinister, when the dark scenes take place, usually the characters are the only things that you can see, and so you feel like something is almost creeping up behind them, but there usually isn't. But again, you feel that because of the score and the lighting. And while we're on the topic of score, this film has a miraculous score. It's so ominous. The score consists of a lot of distressing strings and suspenseful riffs that linger on and on. The score's main purpose in this film is to just build suspense, and it does that perfectly. This film exemplifies how important a good score is to a good horror film. When the devil is in frame in the form of an animal, the score drowns out all the other sounds, like in Sinister, and that's exactly what you need. The setting is also very important to this film's authenticity. It takes place mainly on a farm surrounded by thick forests. It takes place in New England, I believe, during the fall approaching winter. So, the trees are stripped bare, there's no leaves, there's really no vegetation. It's just very bleak, and it really plays into the lifelessness of this film. Let's talk about the final scene. Spoiler warning, the film is 5 years old, so come on guys. The end of the third act, it's very tense, kind of like the film's title coming to fruition, if you will. The film ends with all the family members either dead or missing, and Thomasin, the daughter, is the only one left, and she becomes a witch. She is lured into a coven of witches by the devil, who eventually takes human form after taking the form of the sheep, Black Phillip. And my God, is it so brilliantly shot. The devil turns this family on each other and basically kills all of them, taking the one that he wanted, the daughter. It's brilliantly shot because of the way Edgers depicts the devil. When Thomasin is about to sign his book and sell her soul, devil really isn't shown. It's just you see a hoof and you see a human foot. The line that especially got me is when she was like, "I can't write my name," and he's like, "I will guide your hand." Oh my God, is that haunting. All in all, this film is very authentic. It's tragic. It's a great horror film. It's a great genre piece, a period piece. It's bone-chilling. It gives you shivers down your spine when you watch this film. The film was created by a team that understood how modern horror films scare the audience, but never compromised modern filmmaking for authenticity. So it stands out. Check this one out, guys. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate your support. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. I'd be more than appreciative if you did. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.